or call 01733 496 584.
This is Salam Radio, Peterborough's Muslim community radio. Broadcasting on 106.2 FM and online.
Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon or good evening, depending where you are. Thank you very much for tuning in. You're listening to Salam Radio on 106.2 FM. I'm your host, Shaz Nawaz, and I have in the studio with me
Kieron Bateman.
Kieron, walaikum salam. How are you, Kieron?
I'm all good, my friend, all good.
Did you have a good week last week?
Busy week, very, very busy week. Lots of spinning plates. So
busy doing the right stuff?
Some of it. So I mean, some of it's amounted to not a great deal. So I consider that a lesson more than a.
And some of it's speculation or whatever.
Yeah,
you're trying out stuff, and if it works, it doesn't work.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Everything will be fine. But yeah, very busy.
As long as you're moving, as long as you're busy. Yeah. Not being a busy fool, of course.
No,
which I'm sure you wouldn't.
I'm looking forward to having a day off. Just one. I haven't had one in about 3 weeks, so
yeah.
I'd like to have one.
Must be busy then.
Yeah. But how are things with you?
Yeah, busy as well, as you know.
Yeah, yep.
A lot of stuff going on. It's never ending.
Yeah. Best way though, isn't it?
Yeah. But a lot of stuff starts coming one's way, and it's hard to say no to stuff. And as you know, the people who are most successful are better at saying yes, no, than they are at saying yes.
Yes, this is
and
very
they say
true.
no more times than they say yes. But sometimes really good stuff keeps coming up, and I sometimes think, make hay while the sun shines, or is the sun always going to shine like this, and this is the way it's going to be from now on? You don't know, do you?
No, you can't. So, I don't have a crystal ball, so
yeah. So I guess we've still got to take the opportunities we get, but make sure we can handle them. And I said, too many plate spinning isn't a good thing either.
No, true.
Yeah,
just enough.
Yeah. How much is enough?
When I find out, I'll let you know.
Good.
I've not got there yet.
But someone asked Trump how much is enough, and he said you can never have enough. That's just his view, by the way.
Yeah.
So people see things differently. As always, we would welcome your participation, questions, comments, observations. Okay, different point of view, whatever it is, share it with us by calling in on 01733 602 133, or you can text us on 07411 191 062, or comment on any of the live streams on Facebook, YouTube, X, or Twitch. This week on Wealth Made Simple, we're talking about creating sustainable wealth by using the marketing rule of 3 to 5.
Yep.
And that's an interesting and intriguing topic, isn't it, Kieron?
Well, it is, because we have said this before, and we will probably, I say probably, we will almost definitely cover this again, is that if you get your marketing right, everything else kind of follows suit. Good marketing leads to good leads lead to good customers lead to happy customers leads to profit leads to wealth. The cycle continues. Good, happy customers lead to referrals, which leads to new customers, which leads to good customers.
It's all intertwined, isn't it?
Yep.
It all ends up with great capital value. So if you're looking to exit, you've got a strong business base, therefore it's worth more money, and it's more interesting to more people. Yeah,
absolutely. And like I say, but it all starts with good marketing. And I mean, you could have the world's best product, but if you don't market it well, nobody's going to have heard of it. Nobody's going to know what it does. Nobody's going to know how it benefits them. So nobody's going to buy it.
Well, people know or appreciate or recognize the importance of marketing, but they still don't spend enough time getting to learn marketing. Why do you think that is, Kieron?
I think that people view marketing as something other people do. Your marketeers do marketing.
Yeah.
But I think as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you owe it to your business to understand every facet of what is going to generate you wealth. And once you understand every facet, I'm not saying you have to become an expert at marketing or an expert at, web design or an expert product tester. but you need to have a broad overview, a good understanding of what is because if you're going to go expand your team, employ someone to do this, well, if I'm employing someone to do something I know nothing about, and I know absolutely nothing about it, I could be looking at two candidates. One candidate is telling me few things that I need to know, but they don't seem very interesting to me on paper. And another one's wowing me with flash and woo-woo, but there's no substance there. If I don't have an understanding of what I'm looking for, I take the one with flash and woo-woo and get a really bad deal.
Bells and whistles, that's right, yeah.
Yeah,
To close the early loop of why I kind of dropped Trump in there, because we talk about marketing and whether people did like or dislike Trump.
He's an incredible marketer.
We're not sharing opinions on politics or politicians, even though I have a lot to say on that topic, but I always refrain.
I also have a lot to say on that topic.
we should maybe do one within our limits and boundaries, maybe after the general election.
Yeah, maybe after the election.
But he's a brilliant marketer. And another guy, okay, similar to him, who has a very similar way of doing things, Nigel Farage.
Yeah.
Okay. And
whether you would, and
we're not talking about personalities here.
And this is the thing. Something that a lot of people do struggle with is, I personally don't like this person because of their worldviews, because of what they've said, because of what they've done, etc., etc., etc. And so everything about them is bad. And it's like, actually, hang about. Let's rein it in. Look at it non-emotionally. Look at it objectively. Take out your personal opinion of someone. Look at what they have actually done from an objective point of view. Take all of the emotion out. Is Donald Trump good at marketing himself? Yes. I don't think you can dispute that. Is Nigel Farage good at galvanizing people and talking for
it's marketing, isn't it?
It's marketing.
Some people may disagree at that. Oh, it's not marketing, by the way. If you do call in or text us in, or
feel free.
Text in, and
but I mean, let's take it to the absolute extreme. And you know who I'm going to say?
Don't get me in trouble. Yeah, a short guy with a short moustache.
A short guy with a short moustache. Yeah. As a marketeer, he marketed the Third Reich to power, and used the power of marketing and propaganda to get an entire nation to do some really horrific things.
Yeah.
But it's marketing. Yeah.
I think it was one of the first, if not the first, for the election campaign to use an airplane, flying around, meeting more people, getting to know them, getting personal. But what people do now today in the UK campaign bus and the US campaign jet or whatever they have.
Yeah, the campaign trail.
Do you know what I mean? But just 2 points on that, and then I'll say why I mentioned Trump and Farage to do with marketing. I think it's that Benjamin Disraeli quote. I don't know why I dislike that man. I must get to know him better. So the point you're making is look into people and see what they're doing. And the second point with that is, from what I always say, is take the good, leave the bad.
Yeah. There is something
dissect and think, well, what can I take from this that I can apply to my business?
Yeah.
Okay. And some people don't feel comfortable with that, and with certain people, fine, don't do it. But even people who are very divisive, in my view, Katie Hopkins, for example, you can still look at the marketing lessons there.
There are lessons to be learned.
And say, how do I apply those? The thing about Farage was, I may contest a future election. I may contest it. And I was talking at home with my wife and kids. I said, I bet he's going to stand. Because now he's building up the tension, the intrigue. And then what does he do earlier today? I'm standing in Clacton.
Yeah.
This is good marketing.
Oh, fantastic marketing.
Yeah, okay.
It's just...
Yeah, people are intrigued. Okay, well, what's he doing? What's he going to do? And then no one expects it. And then some people do expect it and he hits it. And then now, okay, well, what's happening? He's in the media. They're all talking about it. Had you done it 3 weeks ago, they might have talked a bit about it, maybe. Or it wouldn't be as much of a surprise. Now, just 4 weeks before the election, okay, he's got airtime. So now he's even got more, basically, attention from people.
Yeah, he's waited for the large hubbub to die down and then gone, actually, here's something shocking.
Yeah.
So just catapulted himself.
It's newsworthy,
forward.
isn't it?
Yeah, now it's newsworthy because the rest of the hubbub's died down.
Yeah.
And that is the power of marketing. Yeah, and it is incredible. Now, if we take it away from your Nigel Farages and your short
Trumps
man with a
or
mustache and your
yeah.
Trumps, there's a couple of documentaries on Netflix. How to be a dictator, how to be a cult leader.
I think I've seen them all.
Yeah, I've seen them all. I love them because I find them really interesting. There's a lot you can learn from them.
Yeah, the past and how things were.
But when you
And the struggle, because you and I always talk about the struggle.
yeah
25, 35 year overnight success.
Overnight success.
So you see the struggle people went through, good,
Yeah.
bad, indifferent, whatever. See, it takes time.
Yeah, it absolutely does. But when you watch these documentaries, you see that they are patterns. People follow the
Success
same.
leaves clues, doesn't it? And you and I say that all the time.
Follow the same patterns. They do the same things. They work in similar ways. And now we take it away from people because marketing isn't just about people. It's also about companies and about how companies position themselves. Right? And today's whole episode is about, the rule of 3 or the rule of 5. And when you start, when you know about the rule of 3, you start seeing it everywhere. I'm loving it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It works.
Or there's 3 things you need to do.
Yeah.
A, B, and C. Okay.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
A, B, and C. Always be closing. In
Always be
sales.
closing. Yeah, in sales. Always be closing the sale.
Yeah.
But the thing
Even
with
in
the,
writing, there's a rhythm of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dum dum dum.
Yeah. Yeah.
But given that it has a psychological impact on how people process information. And the reason it works is because it's simple.
Is it because you got 3 wise men?
Yeah. But it's simple. It's simple, so it's memorable. If I ask you to tell me...
Don't test me now. Don't I'm under pressure now.
Now you're under pressure.
Can
Okay.
I Google it?
Okay. Tell me pi to the 5th digit.
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me pi to the 18th digit. No chance.
Yeah.
Tell me pi to the 20th digit. No idea.
Yeah.
Pi is 3.14.
Yeah.
3 digits. It's memorable. Now, obviously, we understand that, as a numeric value, it's got numbers after that. But,
Yeah. ... It's good. You didn't even really ask me about the first 3 numerals, by the way.
You watch, someone's going to message and say, pi's not 3.14.
Yeah.
Is it 3.41? Now I'm questioning myself. But the point is, you remember it.
Yeah.
It gives our brains are wired to see patterns, and that's just the cognitive way the human mind works.
Well, it's easy to remember, isn't it?
Yeah, it's easy to understand. It's easy to remember. When you're teaching
The 7 dwarfs, Red Riding Hood, and blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
odd numbers
The 3
are
bears and
very very easy to remember for us, and they're easier to remember than even numbers. Mm-hmm. But when you're teaching your kids to cross the road, stop, look, listen.
Mm-hmm.
Stop, look, listen. Mm-hmm. It's easy to remember.
See it, say it, sorted.
See it,
Underground.
say it, sorted. Yeah.
For a more current relevant one, yeah.
Yeah. But it ensures that if you craft this carefully, it ensures that your core message sticks and is understood.
Yeah.
It's simple, it's beautiful, it's powerful.
Yes.
There's another 3 there. Imagine that. But it also, we live in the rule of 3 and the rule of 5.
Take back control.
Yeah. Have been in marketing because of the way we process information since time immemorial. But even more so now, because of our attention spans are shrinking. Because we've all got that little black box that has a screen on it that tells us everything. It controls our lives. The attention span is dwindling. We're not conditioned anymore to sit for 3 hours in a seminar. Well, you and I are, but but most people.
It's a lot of information, yeah.
Yeah, you and I will spend 2-3 days at seminars and workshops and masterminds.
Well, it's the Ebbinghaus effect. I think Ebbinghaus was a German psychologist or something like that, and what he said was, okay, over time, you retain less and less information. So you're talking about a seminar. When you walk out there, maybe let's say you recall 70% or 80% of the information. Let's call it 90% even. Okay. After day 2 or 3, it comes down to say 70%, or from 90. After a week, maybe 50%. After 2 weeks, 20%. Does that make sense? You forget.
Yeah.
But the 1, 2, 3, 4 things that someone teaches you in terms of the stories they tell you, or the rhythm of 3 or 5 or 7 or whatever the number might, which is manageable, will always stick in your head. Because that's the way we're wired, and that's the way we learn. And that's what works, and that's the way we, to some extent, been conditioned to learn things. Like you said, just do it, I'm loving it, so on and so forth.
Something you'll have heard us say on this show before. Your network is your net worth.
Yes. Yeah.
5 words.
Yeah.
And it sticks.
And because of that, what we're trying to say here is use those techniques to get your message out. Keep it simple. So once you've got the formula or the methodology, then apply it.
Keep it simple.
Keep it, Yeah.
Silly.
Yeah, but keep it simple, stupid,
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, you look at storytelling in general, because that's what marketing is. Marketing is storytelling. And it's storytelling to elicit a response from the viewer, the listener, the consumer. And whether that is, here is my story. I started at bottom, I rise to the top, I fell again, I then gained humility and rose again. That story's told over 3 acts. And that's not a coincidence.
Yeah, exactly.
A joke has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yep.
Yeah, a story.
Every news piece, physical on the TV, okay?
Yep.
Beginning, middle, and the end. What is this at the front? Start. Headlines. This is what we're going to tell you. Tell them what you can tell them. Then tell them at the end, here's a summary of what we just told you.
Yes.
It's really simple, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is really simple.
But it works, and they know it works, and that's why they keep doing it.
But you're hooked from the moment you start.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't want to hear, and this is another rule of 3, and this is more of a media thing as modern, but it's been true throughout history, is, okay, I'm going to tell you about X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C. B's the one you want to listen to. A's not, all right. So let's start with A, because I want you to know that.
Yeah.
But I know you're waiting for B. Once we get to B, halfway through B, coming up later, we've got X, Y, and Z. Oh, you want to listen to X, so you're going to listen to C. And then you're going to listen to X, because you want to get to Y.
Yeah.
You're always left wanting more.
Exactly. And the beauty about the rhythm of 3, let's call it 3 plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that it's easier for the audience to follow and retain as well. Not just about the webinar or seminar that we were talking about, but in terms of them taking the key message away, sticking in their head, knowing what you stand for, what you're about, what you're going to do for them.
Yeah.
And therefore, if you stick out, they'll retain your name or your concept or your principle for longer. Therefore, when they're ready to buy from you, they're most likely to come back to you.
Know, like, trust.
Yeah.
Another rule of 3.
Yeah.
You want good customers? Know, like, and trust you.
Exactly. Work on the know and then like. Yep.
Yeah. And it's also true in the, and now we're getting more into the nuance and the language used. If you use hypothetically, you're telling a big story, and it's a conflict story. So there are good guys and bad. There have to be good guys and bad guys in a conflict story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you go back and watch the news and look at the language that's used in any conflict story. You have freedom fighters or rebels.
Yes.
Depends on whether you're a good guy or bad guy.
Yeah.
You've got the people or the oppressors. It's very, very interesting to look at, but they're individual keywords that stick in your brain to make you feel a certain way about which side we want to be on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really interesting.
It is, yeah, because you and I pay attention to that. And also keeping it simple and giving less information in terms of your key message means you don't overload people with information.
Yeah.
Because then they're not going to retain much anyway, because they'll be just dazed, won't they?
Just glaze over.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been to university. You've got qualifications. Okay, Shaz, explain to me accounting.
How long do I have?
Right, I don't want to become an accountant, but explain it to me nonetheless. I'm just, my brain's going to bleed out of my ears. I'm going to not take any of it in. All I'm going to.
It's the rhythm of three, Kieron. Money in, money out, profit. Or loss.
Or loss. But that's about all I'll retain is money in, money out, leftover profit. That's it. Now, the nuance of that you know as an expert is, well, this, lost this, plus this, minus that, plus this expense over that, carry the 1, move the 3.
Debits, credits, debtors, creditors,
I'll stop
assets,
it, my brain
liabilities,
hurts. Yeah. But you don't need me to know that. You need me to know that you're good at what you do because you understand what comes in, what goes out, how much profit I make. And you can make that profit increase. Okay, that's all I need to know. That's the bit I need to know. And that's the bit I'll retain. I don't need to know about your qualifications.
Exactly, yeah. Most people aren't interested anyway.
No. And it's interesting that all through school and university and college and stuff, everyone's telling you to write me a 10,000 word essay, write me a 50,000 word essay. Yeah. Get into the world of business. You've got 30 seconds. Go.
Sell your idea, yeah.
If you can't sell it to me in 30 seconds, I'm not interested. Goodbye.
The elevator pitch.
Yeah, and suddenly you've got to distill the core tenets of your 10,000 word dissertation into 30 seconds or less. Ideally, 10 to 15 seconds to allow time for questions.
Yeah. And with so much information out there in today's world, Kieron, you've got to have a succinct message that hooks people straight away, because you haven't got time to be telling a long story right at the start.
No.
Yeah?
Because
so you're fighting for their attention, and the way you get that is keeping it short. Because I mean, we all do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go on YouTube, I think that's an 8-minute video, and this is somebody I haven't come across. I don't think I want to spend 8 minutes. Now I might have a quick kind of browse through.
Yeah.
This is a 30-second video. Let me check it out. I can tolerate 30 seconds, yeah?
Yep.
If it's good, now I'll go into the 3-minute, 5-minute, or 8-minute video. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So less gets you to more.
Yeah, one of my friends is a script writer, and something he said that has stuck with me is.
And you in Chat GPT is your friend?
Yeah, ChatGPT is my friend. No, he writes horror stories. He says the thing with horror stories is when you watch them, characters that if they want to show gore, there are characters that you don't ever get to know that die in the first 5 minutes, and nobody cares about them. Don't start attacking the main cast until I care about them. Give me a reason to care about them.
Yeah, and get people to know the character. And build the character. Yeah,
and that and the reason I bring that up is because it's marketing. If I know you, I like you, I trust you, I'm liable to buy from you.
You see, old saying that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it works.
And
but there's so many of these nuances that go into story writing, script writing, film writing,
It's all
that
marketing.
kind of stuff. Okay, that we don't. I mean, you understand it because you're in that industry, but people like me don't understand. And to meet people like you and you explain it, or now they're building a character, now they're doing this, now they're doing this, now here's a bridge taking you from here to there, and then you care about this thing here because now, okay, you've got some rapport with that individual. It's a bit like Game of Thrones, isn't it?
Yeah, and
As the individuals die off, you feel some pain towards them or some emotion because you've built a connection with them.
yeah,
And connection is the main one.
and connection is the big thing. But you don't. In the first season of Game of Thrones, the characters that die, you don't really care about. The characters that die in the last season,
Yeah.
you
got
care
more-
about.
Yeah, yeah. Because you've spent more time with them in a way.
You've
you know.
built a connection with them.
Yeah.
You've drawn comparisons from you to them, and that's what you've done.
Wasn't that interesting, Kieran? Just for the first half of our talk on marketing, and then in the second half, we're obviously going to build on that, and we'll also talk about how to get customers through your marketing to build sustainable wealth and profit. See you shortly, just after the break.
See you
Make sure
shortly.
you tune in.
For the top pizza in Peterborough, visit Top's Pizza, established in 1988 for delicious pizzas with freshly made dough daily. View the extensive and mouth-watering menu online at topspizza.co.uk, then choose from traditional tasty toppings, something different, or create your own with fresh 100% halal meats, salads, veg, and a great choice of sides too. Call into Top's Pizza, 52 Broadway, PE1 1SB. Call 01733 913 775 or order online for delivery or collection.
Are you a savvy shopper searching for the best food deals? Look no further. Adams Cash and Carry can help you save big. We're not just a food wholesaler for takeaways and restaurants. We also welcome household customers at our warehouse in Westwood, Peterborough. Visit our website and enjoy wholesale prices on everything from drinks to flour, rice to burgers, and much more. To shop, go online and collect in store. Visit adamscashandcarry.co.uk today to start your savings spree.
Satisfy your cravings at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant. Enjoy a tantalising variety of Chinese, Italian, Pakistani and comfort food favourites, from starters to desserts. Kids under 5 dine for free, so bring the whole family to our restaurant at 63 Sycamore Avenue. Open every day from 5pm to 10:30pm. Call us on 01733 313131 or book online to reserve your table. Ibrahimi-restaurant.co.uk. Every bite is a delight at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
Bite into something wonderfully tasty at Big Mouth, 349 at Lincoln Road in Peterborough. Eating in for takeaway or delivery. Big Mouth now have a delicious new menu full of all your favourites. Crispy fried chicken, juicy smashed burgers, finger-licking peri-peri chicken, handmade pizzas, quality doner meat and so much more. So visit the family-friendly Big Mouth restaurant for fantastically fresh food. Call 01733 201020 or visit getbigmouthonline.com.
Could you spare a few hours each month to provide support to people who are going through tough times? If so, Peterborough Samaritans are looking for volunteers who are empathetic and open-minded, and we'd love to hear from you. We run regular information sessions where you can find out more about what it means to volunteer for Samaritans. If you are at least 18 years of age and would like to know more, please email volunteer@peterboroughsamaritans.org.
Whether you visit the Berry Furniture Showroom at 78B Fengate in Peterborough or view and buy online, you'll be amazed at the quality and style you could enjoy in your home. With beds from just £299 and complete 3-2-1 sofa sets from less than £1,000, you'll also be amazed at their wholesale prices too. Plus, there's a 1-year free warranty on sofas and beds, subject to conditions. Find out more, click on Berry, that's BERRE furniture.co.uk or call 01733 300 517.
Peterborough's community radio station. Salam Radio, 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back, or welcome to the show. This is Wealth Made Simple with Kieron Bateman and
Shaz Nawaz.
And this is the second half of the show. And today we've been talking about marketing and the rule of three, which to me is really fascinating. I love it. That's probably why we've gone down so many separate rabbit holes. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Feel free to get in touch on
01733 602 133, or you can text us on 07411 191062. Comment on any of the live streams, Facebook, YouTube, X or Twitch.
It's like we rehearsed it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And that's 3 different ways: call, text, or live stream.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, isn't it?
When you start looking for it, it is absolutely everywhere. So this week on Wealth Made Simple, the rule of three when it comes to marketing, we've discussed a bit about marketing in general and about, some ideas around the rule of three and the rule of five, and giving you some examples about what makes it work and why it works. But now to step it up a gear, rather than the rule of three, the rule of five. Now notice how we purposely skip out 4, because people don't. If there is 4, there's no clear cutness with it, which sounds really odd. But when you think about it, if you do like a square and you divide your square into 4 little squares, it's all very equal, it's all very symmetrical, and then your brain just kind of puts it in that pattern, and then it's just a pattern. It gets filed away. If it's 5, well, there's an odd bit, or you've got a triangle at the top, or suddenly you remember that bit because it's different.
And also, if you talk to people, Kieron, who are into numerology, they'll tell you that the odd numbers, especially the single digits, tend to be more pointy and prickly. So the 3, 5, 7, okay, even 13, but obviously that links in back with 3, okay, are more prickly and pointy. Okay?
Yeah.
Whereas generally speaking, the 2, the 4, the 6, they're nice round. Okay, so they don't stick in your mind as well. I mean, I'm not into all that kind of stuff, but the people who are, swear by it and say, look, this is why 3, 7, 9 works. And whether you're talking about the 3 wise men, okay, the 3 musketeers, or the 7 deadly sins, or the 7 habits of highly effective people, so on and so forth, is 3, 7, 9, 3, 7, 9.
It's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere, and it's why
Shadow of Enki, by the way, says you're all amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. It's really nice to hear from you.
Absolutely.
And welcome back to the show.
Absolutely.
Messaged in before.
We have.
And so, yeah.
Could be a her, by the way, but
I appreciate you listening. Could be.
Yeah. Go on. Sorry. So,
but one of the nice things about the rule of 5...
Sorry, but I said, Shadow of Enki says, you make the world a better place, Kieron.
I genuinely, truly appreciate that.
I disagree with that.
I mean,
you were surprised to hear. I think you make the world an even better place, but...
I think the world's a pretty fantastic place. There are some trials and tribulations that go on in the world, but I think we live in a good place overall. But maybe that's just because of where we live.
I suppose.
And I need to appreciate that more sometimes.
Yeah. Yep.
But
the odd prickly numbers.
Yeah, the odd.
But you're right with the pyramid and the way you're drawing it. Yeah. Okay. And sometimes the 4 works, okay, because you can have quarters, all that kind of stuff. But usually, and the triangle always works better.
Triangle always works best.
It sticks out, doesn't it, on the 3 points?
Yeah. But also, I mean, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a triangle.
Yep.
The pyramid schemes that absolutely they're illegal for a reason.
And any hierarchy in an organisation.
Any hierarchy is always comes up to a single point and widens out at the bottom.
Yeah, and the pinnacle, obviously, or at the top of the mountain, okay, is like a triangle, isn't it, in a roundabout way?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it all correlates, isn't it, if you know what I mean?
Everything all correlates. Get to the top. And at the top, they can own... And this is a weird one, but you've heard us say many times before, a rising tide raises all ships. But when we're talking about pyramids or the top of the tree or something like that, if you are the business owner, you are the entrepreneur, you might surround yourself with other entrepreneurs, other business owners, like-minded individuals, but in your business, you sit at the pinnacle, at the top of the tree, you are the top of the triangle, you are that point at the top, and everything else cascades down from you. And it is your responsibility. Everything below you is your responsibility.
100%.
But
so, I mean, there's a lot of information and research that we've done on top of everything we know here to share with our listeners. But I think if we can go down another rabbit hole in terms, because something that you mentioned.
Rabbit hole, no. Yeah.
In terms of the benefits of marketing, and so I guess sometimes people talk about the metrics, because we're about pounds, pence, and shillings. That's what this particular show is all about. Wealth.
But what's a shilling?
Before my time. 5 pence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuppence halfpenny.
But there's a lot of ums and ahs from me, aren't there?
There are.
But
filler words. I don't like them.
But
Need to get rid of them.
We do, yeah. And I usually pretty good at getting rid of them because I raise my awareness, and then sometimes you just
get caught in the moment, don't you?
But if you're not practicing, rehearsing, implementing, you're not moving forward.
Yes.
And you lose that edge that you have if you have an edge or the advantage.
It's like muscle memory.
Yeah.
The more you do it, the more you are aware of it, the less you'll do it. The less you're aware of it, or the less you think about it, the more prevalent it will become.
And the way I did it was watch myself on video, and nobody likes doing that.
No,
even
not,
actors don't. Okay?
No.
And makes you cringe and everything else. But you see, is that how many times I ummed and ahed? Let's now try and fix it. Does that make sense? That's just one of many things. I mean, as you know, I talk with my hands and I walk around, and especially when you're on camera, I'm a nightmare. I know. I do all kinds of stuff, but I'm okay with that.
One of my favourite things to do, and I've done it to a number of presenters, both well known across the country and less well known, is when they start.
I'm the less well known one.
When they start talking to me, and especially when we're talking about on camera. This I love doing this, is I'll just calmly walk up to them, take hold of their wrists and put them down at their sides, and there's silence.
Yeah.
And you can't talk without your hands, can you? Then you let them go, no, I can't. And it's really interesting that some people are like that, that the second you control their arms, you control their voice.
Yes,
because they
one
are
of them.
Hardwired to.
I think I talk more with my hands than the actual talking itself.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah.
And when you do that, there is a purpose to this. You link this back to marketing. There are 3 things going on.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. And that cognitive connection is the connection of I am talking to you, the individual, with my hands and my mouth because I need to express to you how good it is. If I'm talking no arms movement,
less energy, less movement,
less energy, less movement, less inviting, less engaged.
Yes, less enthusiasm. Yeah.
And isn't that incredible that TV personalities will you go watch any TV, right? News presenters don't talk with their hands, generally.
It's all serious stuff.
It's all serious stuff. It's all, I have information for you. Here is the beginning. This is what we're going to cover. Here is the middle. I'm covering it. Here is the end. Here's what we've just covered. But
it's an announcement, isn't it?
Yeah. It's an announcement. It's down the barrel of the camera. It's talking directly to you, telling you the information. And it's a giving of information. It's not trying to welcome you into my confidence.
And if they did all those movements and started sharing jokes, people wouldn't take it seriously because it's serious stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
It requires a serious way of delivery.
Yes.
I'd be an appalling news presenter, wouldn't I?
I think depends on what sort of news. I think we
BBC.
I think we could get you on the political side.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah,
Maybe a talk
have
show.
I got news for you? I think I'd be okay on that.
You'd be all right on that. Maybe on a chat show somewhere. But now we're talking about engaging the audience, and how do you engage your audience? Lists. People love lists. Yeah. What is this going to do for you? Well, it's going to improve your life. It's going to improve your bank account. It's going to improve this. It's going to reduce this. It's going to reduce. But look at the number of promises any product makes. It'll be an odd number.
Yep.
It'll be 3, 5, 7.
Yeah.
Every time. Anti-aging creams. Watch the advert.
Yeah.
They'll promise you 3 things. They'll promise you 5 things. Isn't that interesting? That everything, but it works because it's structured. Because the structure works. It breaks down the information. It makes it easy to follow. It makes it easy to digest. It makes it retainable. Oh, look at yeah. We like lists as people.
Because we grow up with them, don't we?
Yeah.
We're conditioned with them. Go shopping, you have a list.
Yeah.
Go on holiday, you have a list.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You have a list. You
have a list.
Schedule.
Yeah. What are you doing
Notes,
at work? What are you
list.
doing at work today? Well, I've got this to do, this to do, this to... Here's my list. Here's my list of chores. Here's my list of jobs. Here's my list of
Bucket list, whatever list it is.
There's always a list.
Because we're, in reality, we're very simple in the way we do things, if that makes sense. We just end up complicating it over the years and over centuries and over generations and so on and so forth.
Really do. We're really good at overcomplicating things.
And when you simplify, stuff works better anyway.
Yes.
Okay? And I get the point that I was going to make, which you made at the start, in terms of marketing, is all this stuff here, to linking it with generating wealth, and about making your marketing work, is about what's the value, the financial value that I am going to be able to get for my business, or for the business that I work for, with, or in, from my marketing efforts. And that all, Kieron, comes down to, from my point of view, is number one, your customer lifetime value.
Yes.
So you've got a customer who's going to spend £1,000 with you every single year. Let's use your example, buying coffee. Okay.
Yep.
And we know that the average time somebody buys coffee from us is 10 years, for whatever reason. Okay. And if you've got to go down how many years and all that kind of stuff, we'll be here for too long. So 10 years. So Kieron is now worth £10,000 to me as a customer.
Aww.
Yeah. So, and then you work out. I'm taking out some of the steps to just simplify it. Then you go all the way back to the start and say, how much money am I willing to spend to get Kieron
as a customer?
As a customer, but at the first as a lead. Okay. So do I spend £1, £5, £10, £20, £50? Okay, to get you as a lead. From a lead, then okay, now I want to convert you to a customer. As you and I both know, and I'm sure many of our listeners and viewers through the live stream will know, that marketing is everything that you do to get someone to sit in front of you.
Yep.
Sales is everything you do from the time they sat in front of you to sign up as a customer, client, or patient. Okay.
Marketing never stops.
Yeah, and then you're upselling, cross-selling, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Thank you. And once you figure that out, then the point in terms of creating your business, scaling up, leverage, and capital value, is thinking, if I'm spending £5 to get a lead, the most tempting thing, Kieron, is say, how can I do it for £4.50?
I personally think that's a dangerous path to go down.
Very, very dangerous, simply because when you spend less money, the quality
decreases. Yeah. And I think that if you're gonna go down that road and look at how little can I get a customer for, that is the wrong way. If your lifetime customer value is £10,000, then you should be prepared to spend, half that to get the customer, because over a lifetime, it's going to generate you a profit of £5,000. If your lifetime customer is 10,000 and you spend 5,000 recruiting them, but you know that every customer you spend £5,000 recruiting is going to spend a minimum of £10,000, then you're already in profit. But it's in profit over time.
But the beauty about that, and so you're investing now for the future. And again, this has so many different benefits, and some of them obviously you touched on. But now, so using the example of £5, you're saying, what if I spend £7? Well, the single biggest benefit is if most of your competitors are also spending £5, you're spending £7, okay, they now can't compete with you as much so long as you've got the £7.
Yes.
Okay, because your ad budget's bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. And as long as your ad budget's bigger and you can outspend them, you get more leads. The second thing is, now that you've got the extra £2, you can test different mediums and platforms and different techniques.
Yep.
So you're capturing a different type of audience, because whether people know it or not, Facebook has a different audience to LinkedIn, to YouTube, to direct marketing, to events, physical events, okay, to newspaper ads, so on and so forth. Okay, they all have a different type of audience, and with a slightly different demographic and a slightly different way that those people actually think.
Yes.
So you're outspending your competitors, and you're in different forms of media. Therefore, you've got more clientele or more prospects coming in. You're gonna basically storm it very, very quickly, as long as you don't run out of money.
Yes. And if you're getting, rather than spending less to get less quality leads, you're now spending more to get better quality leads. The more leads you get at that price are going to be spending more, so you're not going to run out of the money.
And that £10,000 lifetime value for that Kieron client we talked about now, we've now spent more money to get lead. And let's say now we've got Sandra. Sandra might be the type of person who spends £1,500 a year on coffee, and not 1,000. So over 10 years,
she's worth 50% more.
And she's the type of person, okay, who if once she signs up, okay, unless you really annoy her, she's with you for 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, see, do you know what I mean? It just gets so interesting. And then, of course, once you've got Kieron, because you said marketing is an ongoing process, and you're absolutely right. Now, how do we turn the Kieron who spends £1,000 a year to £1,100?
Yeah.
£1,200. What other stuff can we do? Because
what incentives can you offer
to get him to do it? Okay, spend more money, and now he's spending £1,200. How do we make sure he's buying more often? Because we're seeing Kieron orders coffee once a month. Okay, how do we get him to order it weekly? Because if he orders weekly, he might order more.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Even though he's ordering every month for that month, that makes sense.
I mean, to put that into a real world example, I've had a few issues with one of my coffee machines. I've got a number, but just this specific one.
I've got a new one for you now. I've got 2 new coffee machines. I don't think you've tried any of them. I've got a filter machine. Ooh. And the inbuilt one, I've replaced that as well. So when you come around next time,
excellent,
you'll enjoy that coffee.
Yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, I've had a few issues. Yeah, I've had to be on technical support. Now, interestingly, 5th time I've rung them. Every time I've spoken to them so far, the customer care team have been really nice. They've been really helpful. I'm not going to say anything bad about the company or what they've done. But 5th time I've called them, I've gone, right, so you've been sending me refurbished machines. This is the 4th or 5th machine I've had now, and they keep breaking down. At this stage, given the amount of money I spend with you, is it not more beneficial for you to just send me a new machine? Let's cut all the rubbish out, send me a new one, and we'll go from there. Because the refurbished ones you're sending me, whatever distribution centre you're sending them from, isn't doing a good job. You need to sort that out internally before I trust that process. And the gentleman that's working in the customer care team went, you spend a lot of money with us, you're at an ambassador level for our company, which is the highest level you can go. You've been with us over 10 years. Absolutely, we'll send you a brand new machine. It'll be with you tomorrow. Now, for a company that wants to retain a customer, I spend a lot of money on coffee, as we've discussed. They sent me it was a £357 machine. So that's cost the company call it 360 quid. But it's cost them 360 quid to keep a customer that will spend thousands.
And talk about them and refer them, because this was the whole point. Now you're spending that extra money, and now
I'm marketing for them.
You're marketing for them, you're even more loyal to them. The next thing that they do is, now we've got Kieron spending the maximum that we think we can. And the minute you think that you're wrong, because there's more, by the way, but let's say you think you're at that stage and you stop. But now let's get Kieron to recommend other Kierons to us, because Kieron hangs around with other Kierons.
Yeah, because you surround yourself with echo chambers.
Yeah.
And the more people like you. But if they give you that good feeling that they care, because they care, I care, I'm willing to spend money with them.
It's not hard to get it right, but it's easy to get it wrong. So
it's very easy to get it wrong.
I was talking to you about, and I think it's worth a shout out. Now we talk about marketing. So the built-in coffee maker, and I've got, as you know, next to it I've got a built-in microwave oven.
Yeah.
Okay. The microwave oven wasn't working, so called out the Whirlpool. They sent out one of their people, looked at it and said, "This isn't working. Wherever you bought it from, give them this particular reference number and tell them to write to Whirlpool, and they'll give you a new machine." Okay, a new microwave. Within a week, Whirlpool send a new microwave to them. They send it to us. Job done. Simple. Am I now going to recommend Whirlpool, and am I going to carry on using this stuff? Of course I am.
Yeah.
Because they made it simple. They could have said, do this, do that, change the part, this up and that up. And they just said, you know what, cut it out. Regular customer, buy stuff from us. He's bought two things already in this particular purchase. Let's give a new one. I'm sure they would do that for you, even if you want a regular customer, because that's just the way they are.
Yeah, Nespresso, the same.
Yeah.
You know, I'm part of a wine club. And their customer service is...
that's what you call coffee nowadays, do you?
But their customer service is second to none.
Yeah.
Naked Wines, amazing. But drink responsibly if you drink at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, each person is their own individual. But I will endorse and I will trust these companies because they have looked after me, because they have cared about me as an individual.
That's the best form of marketing, isn't it?
And that is the best, because, I mean, I've got a platform here, radio platform. You know, my voice goes out to however many people are listening. And hopefully, give over the time we've been doing this show, you know that Shaz and I are both genuine people who care about what we tell people. We want people to grow, improve. We want people to rise with us. We want that whirlwind of success for everyone. And this is kind of what that show's all about. And so, and as a result, hopefully you believe in what we're saying, you trust in what we're saying, you listen to what we're saying, and we're both sat here going, we've experienced these companies who are fantastic. Yeah. I've also experienced companies which I will never do business with again.
Yeah.
Even if they are the only company offering that service, I will not do business with them because of the way I have been treated.
Absolutely.
And that's also marketing, but that's bad marketing.
Yeah.
And I'm a full believer. I will not tell you what those companies are because
we don't
I won't badmouth people.
Yeah.
That's my issue with them. That's not.
But if somebody asks you directly, should I use X company? In my experience, not now that you asked.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, and so you can see the benefits of marketing in terms of hard numbers. Okay. And once you know what you're kind of aiming for, looking for, it all works perfectly.
But don't rush it.
Yeah, don't rush it. And once you can fix that, in terms of understand your lifetime value, average transaction size, annual value, cost per lead, cost per sale, so on and so forth, and the value of referrals, all that kind of stuff, you can then start building your marketing machine, okay?
Yep.
And looking at those numbers, and you'll transform your business within 2 or 3 years. As long as you've got some capital to spend in marketing, some of the stuff won't work, it's going to bomb. And some of it is going to go to waste. And I can't remember who it was, he said, only 50% of my marketing works, I just don't know which 50%. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's true to some extent. The more you measure stuff, the better you'll become. But marketing will marketing solves most business problems because it gets cash flow coming in. Once
Yep.
you got cash flow coming in, Kieran, you can do stuff and you can afford. And once you got the margins there, you can afford to get things wrong and be a little bit inefficient, be a little bit ineffective. I'm not saying you should be, but you got the fat.
You've
there,
got the
you
freedom.
Got the margin. You got the margin. So what if 25% net margin becomes 21%, for example? You've got that space to get things wrong,
grow.
learn, develop, improve, and then you're going to do even better things.
But all of those mistakes that people have made, just do it, have made those mistakes. Finger licking good,
Yeah.
have made those mistakes.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it, have made those mistakes. Simple, powerful, beautiful. The best driving experience. All of these things.
Ultimate driving machine.
Ultimate driving
The
machine.
BMW,
All
yeah.
of these things, they've made mistakes.
Yeah.
But they've refined it to get it good. And all it's taken is the rule of 3.
On that note, we hope you found this useful. We hope you're going to implement the rhythm of 3, and we hope you're going to join us same time, same place next week. Until then, take good care.
Take care.
You're listening to Salam Radio, and it's now time for Us at Azan. This Azan is sponsored by UK Islamic Mission, serving humanity since 1960.